Ensconced within the bowels of the internet's most twisted passages, there exists a dark realm known as IRC, Internet Relay Chat. Millions of hidden societies exist in this place, unable to be tracked by any police agency. Some of the most wretched and perverse creatures to ever inhabit the internet fester in these places. Some deal in a trade of pornography too horrifying to be viewed by normal humans. Others sell women and even children as commodities. In these places, assassinations are planned, recipes for dangerous new drugs traded between black market privateers. Lives are ruined. Fortunes made. From high intellect spent by darkness, to the cages of men who are little more than unthinking beasts, these secret places house the most dangerous, the most perverse and the greatest evils of the internet. Some, however, just have morons in them. The following are records of one such place, and the imbeciles that inhabit it. This is Adventures in IRC.
I love to watch the Char invade the Norn homelands full force with an army and raze everything to the ground, since the Norn are so big and bad and don't need a military. No technology to speak of, aside from axes and metal brawls. One devourer ought to do it.
And Char are as big as most of them.
And they certainly are more skilled. With Norn, it's just bear form, then healing sig. Bear form solves all problems. This chair leg is too short. It leans to the side. Bear form. These onions need peeling. Bear form. This bear needs a saddle on its back. Bear form. I need to take a crap. Bear form. Time to have sex. Bear form.
Bear form would be a lot more impressive if they didn't look like weird skinny bear people with giant bear heads.
Bear form gives you mangy fur and ticks. Bear form. Jeez. I'm having to fight off an army of spider heads.
The thing?
Yes. They keep jumping through these broken windows in the building I'm trapped in. And I'm dead. Two humanoid things burst through the door. This is almost funny. Streams of these things are just flying out of the woodwork, and me and my men are just standing here in a circle, blowing them all away as they try to get behind us. This hillbilly soldier has served me well through our recent battle. A shame I suspect he is one of them.
Was he?
No. Oh well.
Oops.
What about this other guy? Nah, he has a trustworthy face. I'll let him live.
He's gotta be. Shoot him.
Hot dang mysterious figures fighting through the snowstorms.
Aliens.
I think this is the last level No way. I got to this level after this. Either way, I remember that this level was particularly freaky. There's a trigger around here that makes one of your men turn into the thing, even if you give them a blood test a second before, and they're clean. After a quick reload, I hope it's not Hillbilly Soldier.
Cool. Kill them all beforehand.
They've all gone crazy. They're both running around shooting their guns wildly. Ah, fuck. They're both things. Why didn't I murder them both when I had the chance?
I told you.
Die! Ah, shit. It turns out they were both just crouching down in fear. My bad, guys. Here, have some ammo to make you trust me again. Oh, for the love of God. They both simultaneously got up, looked at me, then blew their own heads off. What a waste of ammo.
How the hell do they do that?
Apparently they get so freaked out that they commit suicide.
Cool.
Which I did not know they could do. Damn it, they both went crazy again. That's it, you're both getting tasered. Well, one of them calmed down after I tasered him.
The other one pissed himself?
Now, I'm going to give you this gun to kill things, not yourself. Yeah, he's trying to commit suicide, but he doesn't have a gun since I took it away from his crazy hands.
Taser him again.
What the fuck? Somehow he succeeded.
How?
That fucker had a suicide knife.
I'm going to have to get this game.
Yeah, you just kill your squad mates all the time.
So?
You need them to fix things and heal you.
Bah.
Finally! Got through the part where they go crazy, but sure enough, one of my men was the thing. It had to be the medic, too.
Aw.
And now the other one went crazy with fear. Teaser for you! Him. I'm alright, see? I'm okay. Gives him a gun.
Boom.
No! Bad squatty! Crap. Blessed hillbilly vanished into the night, and then I died.
Bummer.
My hillbilly guy suddenly turned around and ran back through the whole building, and since I was on the roof I could see him running through various points, and he just keeps saying, "We're screwed!" over and over in this hick accent.
Awesome.
Oh, man. I ordered Hick to stay behind. I finished killing about 1 million things, and I returned to find he blew off his own head. I can't leave him alone for a weapon for a minute! PCJs are so loud and annoying.
What?
It's a bike in GTA 4.
Ah,
You can't hear yourself think because they whine really loudly, even if you barely apply any gas. It's not even a wow, that's cool loud, it's a Gilbert Godfrey is your engine loud.
I like to round bikes.
Running people over is far more satisfying in Grand Theft Auto 4 with the new physics.
I was blazing down a freeway one day and saw a single guy on a bike at a stoplight. I lined up and slammed into him, sending his body out into the sea. It was incredibly satisfying. Ever notice if you shoot a Colossus, any of them, their eyes, or tusks in one's case, turn gold?
Yup, they get mad.
When I was fighting the cat bull one, I somehow managed to get him to lose track of where I was and he wandered off.
Weird.
I jumped on his back when he wasn't looking. If I was a Colossus, I'd put my hands over my special area and just roll around on the ground screaming.
When I saw special area, I thought you were going to make some sort of disgusting masturbation joke.
It was intended. I could make a comic about that. A conversation between a Colossi and his parents. Don't ever let anyone near your special area. Why? What makes it special? Tiny men climb all over your special area's hairs and stab you there. How awful! But I don't have any hairs down there. You will. Here's when I first started playing UFO Defense. I lost. Guess next time I should bring a tank or something. Because my scientists, all 75 or whatever of them, can't figure out how to stick a plasma clip in a plasma rifle. What going ho? Buddy, wee. Ho ho, go on, Bobby. Someone on Facebook said, remember, every person you meet today is a person that Jesus loves and died for, even the ones you don't like. I asked, what about Ultra Hitler? No response so far. It is from their foes, not their friends, that cities learn the lesson of building high walls. But if you had no enemies, you wouldn't need high walls. It is from their wives, not buttered rolls, that men learn how to love. See, I can make up stupid words of wisdom too. Starting to scare people when I go out. Haven't shaved in a long time or gotten a haircut since the end of school.
Freak.
Plus when I see children, I hunch over and chase after them, making a grabbing motion, and go, it's fresh, it's fresh!
My mom is quizzing me about Pompeii now. Sometimes I wonder what she did in history class. She asked me if it shows the people getting sucked in.
Okay.
I almost asked her what exactly she thought happened at Pompeii.
Sucked in?
Yep, sucked in.
Oh. Okay.
She thought Pompeii was Atlantis.
Apparently at the old store, the one I never worked at, we got a DVD player returned to us, which we sold, which ended up having nothing inside of it but a brick.
Oh. Okay. So, you guys got gypped because the person at the counter didn't check ahead of time?
They did. I was at home, using my new DVD player.
Draken eats the grass. Moo.
Oh, look at the way he's acting, honestly.
Draken rears back and kicks Plague in the nuts.
Look at this! That's it, I'm getting a girlfriend. So next time you think about playing a practical joke on someone, think of what would happen if it went wrong. Someone could lose a finger, or an arm, or why, even an eye. Yeah, I guess the eye is the worst thing that you can lose that you can still name on a cartoon, taking precedence over even an arm.
I'm sure they were referring to the one-eyed trouser snake.
I don't see it going that way. Man-at-arms holding up quoting fingers, pausing for several seconds, and then pointing to his pants, winking and mouthing the words, human penis.
If you want to be a rich writer, Plague, go write some faggy vampire novels. You'll have no self-respect, but you'll have plenty of dumb teenage girls willing to polish your knob at a moment's notice and more money than you can deal with.
Stop saying that.
Go write faggy vampire novels.
No.
Do it.
No, it's a flooded market now.
I have my self-respect and poverty to think of.
How about faggy zombie novels?
Jack's undead perfect face sparkled in the fires of war.
You'd have to have some sort of thing that only a girl would love. Like how vampires don't actually die in sunlight, they just sparkle and it makes it obvious. Gay zombies don't actually lust for brains, they just lust after women who are intelligent and love them for their minds and not their horribly misshapen bodies.
Be sure to never describe the main character. Write it in first person too. And Mary Sue has to be a total stuck-up genius snob who's done everything before and knows everything ever.
Take me, Jack, shouted Mary Sue. Okay, but only if I get to lavish you with undeserved attention, reader. I mean Mary Sue.
Exactly.
And then Jack bent over, unclenched his ass, and blew the biggest fart right into Mary Sue's waiting face. Oh God, Jack, she shouted, and instantly was a millionaire. I wonder how disorienting a ring world would be. He probably includes sordid details of his disgusting sex life every other sentence, but no one notices because they can't bear to concentrate.
Actually, most of the sex is very lacking in detail. Fortunate, because I think in the second or third one, the male protagonist ended up fucking giant women.
Not sure how that works.
Me neither, and I'm glad he didn't say.
2 words. Cave, explorer. Clark's delved deeper into the giant woman of the Knoll people's cavernous vagina. The stench nearly overpowered him and he glanced nervously at the bones of cattle which had carelessly entered, never to leave again.
Cattle.
I'm going to leave school to be an erotic science fiction writer. I think there is an untapped market there.
The whole logic to the universe's backstory is laughably bad.
God, yeah. Hated that.
Humanity blacking out the sun itself in order to deny the machine's solar power. And then using humans as batteries? Which itself is stupid. But they'd also need huge quantities of power for supporting the Matrix.
That just pissed me off. Especially when I was first thinking, okay, so, mankind must have set off a ton of nukes or something to cause a nuclear winter.
And that's just to sustain their own energy grid.
And then you see those fucking stupid animatrix things. They should have just used human brains as digital storage and shit.
It would not have been difficult to just say, they're machines, they're programmed to service humanity, and this is their warped way of doing it, like every other generic robot race.
Yeah, the entire solar thing was fucking lame. I could believe that. Machines start forcibly putting people into the Matrix for their protection, or some other. Humanity rebels, but fuck, they're machines. They win anyways. Fuck your sunlight. Solar power is shitty anyways.
Why would they need a VR program? Just pump them full of drugs. One's made from piss and shit.
Yup.
That way they're always high.
Keep them eternally comatose. They won't know the outside world.
How do they breed them anyways?
Probably test tubes.
Did they, like, open 2 pods and rub them together?
Humans from the Matrix had implants grown into them, so I assume they were vat grown around the shit.
Make them fuck like a child ramming toy monster trucks together.
That would be awesome.
Chicken sex lasts about 1 second.
Ducks seem to have massive orgies when they breed. We went to a pond to gather fish for marine biology in high school, and at that particular moment, the pond was full of ducks flying around and fucking each other.
I like to imagine cows are uttering horrible expletives when they moo. Fuck.
Doosh.
It helps most of them are 1 syllable. From what I know, ducks sometimes pair off by the female selection, but the males who don't get picked just rape the females.
Just like humans.
So often you'll see a gang of them beating the shit out of a girl and having their way with her, one after the other. Oddly enough, duck genitals have evolved with this in mind. Female vaginas are like small mazes, and their dicks are like explosive corkscrews that fire like bullets.
I always assumed they inverted the clock.
And some vaginas have been discovered to rotate the other direction to prevent the wrong kind of male from knocking her up. I'm assuming rapist ducks tend to have one kind of dick or something. I researched it for about 30 minutes one day, and most of it made little sense.
That's fucking hilarious. So how do they do that then? How does a duck dick corkscrew the right way?
My friend threw a tennis ball he found by the pond at them, but they just kept on fucking.
No idea, that's why they fire, to force it in with one motion.
So they explode out. Awesome. And what happens when it's the wrong match? That must hurt.
Don't know. Their dicks are like noodles, so I guess nothing much.
I would still think it'd hurt to suddenly twist in the wrong direction, and then it'd be hard to extract.
Such thoughts of duck penises are unhealthy.
You would know. Penises don't have bones. Huggles. Dinosaurs weren't mammals.
I'm just saying. It seems like they would.
Well, since they didn't, it's more likely to be cartilage or something non-bone.
That's one bone I'm happy to miss.
True.
Although if it did exist, there would be no sports. Or they'd all wear armor diapers?
I honestly have no idea. I just hope they aren't like snails with little spears.
Or bedbugs with their daggers.
Snails actually don't enjoy sex. They have an instinctive hatred of the opposite sex. Impregnation is just a side effect.
Traumatic insemination.
Oh, Bobs.
But snails are both genders.
Yep.
They hate themselves, clearly.
Women would have a clitoral bone if we got a penis bone.
Oh, hells no, thanks.
If that gets shattered, it's gone. No casting that one. Then you got blimp clit. There's probably some fucked up animal we haven't found, where that bone's evolved as some sort of mating ritual device the males use to fight one another, and it's spectacularly engorged and sharpened.
Penis swords.
And they have little stubby arms and giant trunk legs, and awkwardly waddle at one another, slapping their dicks together. Probably throwing their heads back so they can't actually see. Sort of like, deer types do sometimes.
I think snails hurling projectiles at one another makes more sense, and it doesn't make any.
I can imagine that.
That's something nature is missing. Creatures that reproduce with the mentality of a duck, but their sperm is like a lance. It fires out of their dicks like a cannon. If you're a girl and you get hit with it, you're done.
Yeah, no thanks.
No, they fire like a shotgun round. A ton of tiny darts, trying to inseminate as many females at once. And then children would come out like tiny jelly kids.
Usik is a term used in native Alaska cultures to describe the baculum of walruses, seals, sea lions, and polar bears. Sometimes as long as 60 centimeters, 2 feet. Fossilized bacula are often polished and used as a handle for knives and other tools. You perverse Eskimos.
I stab at thee.
Gross. Kill someone with a penis.
If you think about it, it's strange that natural selection didn't choose for species where it was really, really easy to reproduce.
What? Like bunnies?
And it basically evolved into a sport of women being terrified of leaving their homes, and males just lurking outside ready to fire their rotary shotgun dick lances at the first sign of a tit.
Or asexual organisms that just split apart when they're bored.
Sort of like now, except somehow it would make more sense.
Sheep carry diseases that can kill humans which can be sexually transmitted.
Okay.
Most of the people who get these diseases get it that way, though they don't admit it.
Dratch always speaks from experience. Sheep dick.
I don't own any sheep, nor do anyone around here really. But if they did, oh boy.
It's a shame sheep don't have arms, so Drek's boyfriend could, hold him to his breast between his 2 strong olive-tanned arms so he could live there forever, nestled to the breast of the sheep he loves, its unfocused, beady eyes pointing in opposite directions as it lets loose its hideous cry of affection. I'm drawing that.